Good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to the Monday Minute. I'm Rita Ernst. I am the author of Show Up Positive and contributing author to Culture Impact. And you are here for healthy organizations. How do we create them? So this is week 2. If you missed last week's conversation about being healthy, don't let the little things become the big things. Be sure you go find that, look that up on my YouTube channel or on LinkedIn, and make sure that you are listening to that one. But we're going to expand. So we always start with mindset, working on ourselves first, and then we look at taking that outward. So healthy outward into our teams and our organizations. What does that look like? And what can you do personally that's really going to make an impact on that? So let's start by defining what healthy is. Health and well-being inside of your team, inside of your organization. So many companies have well-being programs, and they focus on things that make your body healthier. So focusing on people's personal, physical, and mental health. And that is important, but that is not everything about well-being. We need to think about well-being as a larger system. We need to zoom away from the individual, and we need to understand the context in which individuals are operating and whether or not we've constructed a good, healthy environment. So what is a healthy team environment? Well, I think there are a few key components that you need to have in place. What we know psychologically for people to be able to bring their best to work is they need autonomy, which is freedom in their work, right? So a healthy workplace is one where people understand the expectations and they have freedom to do their job. They have freedom to be innovative and bring their best thinking, and to contribute in new and novel ways. So competence, we have talked about this before, but this is the foundation, right, of a good, healthy organization. That needs to be in place. Number 2, people need to experience competence. They need to feel like they are masters of their own universe, that they know what they are doing and they feel confident in their performance on their job. So again, they need to know the expectations, and then they need to have the space. And that means they also sometimes need to have skill development. So in order for there to be well-being, we have to provide the support and structure that people need to do their jobs at their maximum potential. So part of a healthy organization is one that is investing in the growth and the development of the individuals. And sometimes that doesn't mean you just have to go off to some expensive training. We can also teach one another. So one of the ways that you can help create a healthier workplace right now, today, inside of your company, is to think about what intellectual capital do you have? What knowledge and skills can you share and teach to other people? How can you help your coworkers be stronger by sharing your knowledge? And what can you learn from them? How can you get curious and put them in a position of being the leader teaching you being the learner, right? So that they are feeling they're getting that bump of competence and autonomy because they are helping you grow as well. So it should be a mutual thing. And then, of course, the last thing we know that people need in their organizations for it to be healthy is they need belonging. They need to know that they are welcome and they are invited. Now, my favorite, shout out to Timothy R. Clark. If you are not following him on LinkedIn, I don't know about other platforms, but on LinkedIn, he is always giving invaluable stuff. Go find him, Timothy R. Clark. He's talking about psychological safety. So when you put belonging in the context of psychological safety, what we know for well-being, for a healthy workplace where people can fully contribute and really have joy and happiness and well-being, is that they have to feel psychologically safe. And that doesn't mean freedom to do whatever you want. There are still norms and expectations inside of teams. What psychological safety is about is, first of all, that belonging piece, that people need to know that they are welcome and invited in, that they are not getting side-eyed or pushed aside by people. So how do we create welcoming? We've talked about that before. Go find the welcoming video. Number 2, then there have to be learner safety. They have to feel like they can make mistakes, that they can learn from their team members, so that there is an atmosphere of growth, right? So growth mindset, right? This is part of the psychological safety. People can't have growth mindset. So they're not going to have well-being if they don't have growth mindset. And the way you have that growth mindset is that you put an emphasis on the learning that is happening and the learning that is happening even when there are mistakes. And we are forgiving people for those mistakes. Then the third step that Timothy teaches is then contributor safety. So now that I'm invited in and I've learned and I can grow, then I can contribute fully. And I can start sharing my expertise with other people. I can start leading things. So I can start being a real contributor, a fully valued contributor to the team. But I have to have a certain level of safety. And he lays all this out for you. So go read his work. And then the final step in the psychological safety path will be the ability for individuals to actually challenge one another when we have differing ideas. So well-being, healthy organizations have this conflict that is not contentious, but is innovative and growth oriented, because we can't grow if we're always just seeing things the same way. We have to be able to challenge one another, but we need to be able to challenge one another in ways that do not put our belonging at risk. And there's this whole pathway. So this is what healthy organizations are about. And so you as a contributor at any level can work on these things. If you are a people leader, if you are a decision maker, the thing that you also have to understand about well-being at work is that we have to move from this place where we're asking people to do too many jobs at once. We are burning people out because we are overloading them. We have long had this tendency where people who are really strong contributors just get more and more and more put on their plates. Oftentimes, we are putting more and more and more on people, and we are not giving them new titles, new pay, anything that recognizes the additional responsibilities that they are taking on. And these things eat away at their mental well-being in as much as problems that are going on interpersonally with other people. So we have to fix the larger systemic issues that may be present around the way work is structured and what we're asking people to do. And we have to be more realistic about what is reasonable for individual well-being that is going to create larger well-being. So it's not just about feeding the individual soul. We have to put a whole environment in place around them that perpetuates and maintains well-being. And here's the secret I want to tell you. Your people will tell you what you need to do if you will just go ask. They know, they will tell you where the problems are. And I know it's not always possible to fix everything all at once, but you have to start somewhere, and one small change can lead to the next and the next and the next. So do an environmental scan with your people. You don't have to do a big survey, just go talk to them. Just go hear what they have to say about what are the things that get in the way of their ability to do their job to the level that they want, the quality they want, at the time commitment that they want, etc. And when you start listening to those things, you're going to understand where the breakdown in well-being might be happening inside of your team and know exactly what you need to do. So this is what healthy teamwork is about. It is bigger than just interpersonal relationships. We have to look at the larger environmental context, and there are many other things that we could put under healthy, but this is the message I want to leave you with now, because this is what needs to happen in a way that is not always getting the attention that is needed. This is where I'm finding a lot of value in work that I'm bringing to organizations, is helping them zoom out and really understand this larger environmental contextual box that they are creating and why that is contributing to the failing health of individuals and teams and the organization as a whole, because they're all interlinked. When you are seeing the health of your financials drop, I bet you look backwards, you're going to see that the team health is dropping and that individual health is dropping as well. So we need to work the entire system to maintain health. I'm Rita Ernst. Thank you for joining me. I hope you find this helpful, and please jump into the comments. Let me know what is resonating with you. Let me know what you are going to take on this week to really create greater health within your team. Maybe it will be working on the psychological safety within your team. Maybe you have the opportunity to look at the larger systemic roles inside of the team and redistributing work. If you're that person, maybe that's the one you're going to take on. But I hope you will do something intentionally this week to improve health, not only for you, but for all the people around you, but most importantly for you. Because when you start with doing the things that are within your control, that are right for you, you are showing up positive for yourself, and then it will bleed over to everyone else. Thanks for joining me for the Monday Minute. I don't remember what next week's word is. We're going to start a new word. So be sure you come back and find out what it is. And as always, I'm happy to answer any questions if you want to connect with me directly. Have a wonderful week and a healthy week. Bye.